Hi, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats with GourmetQuilter. We're having a whole lot of fun this year in 2020, doing 20 different things with 20 different parts, and we're on pretty much the end of the year. The end of the year is coming up pretty soon. So we're doing some applique this time. We've been doing several different applique series, and this is the last applique series for the year. We're doing 20 things that you might find in your sewing room. I think I can find all of those things in my sewing room except possibly the dressmaker's stand here, but I've got pretty much everything else going on. So we're doing 20 different appliques. So we're just about to start with number 1, which is just a small one up here, a little pair of snips. There is a pattern on GourmetQuilter.com available. It's a downloadable pattern available for purchase, and each day there'll be a new download to download the pattern for the day and the video for 20 days. So we're on day 1. So this is what the pattern will look like. This is for day 1. It's just got the shapes ready for tracing for the applique. It's got a diagram of the finished item up in the corner there, and everything is ready to go. So I've already traced my shapes, and I've got the fusible web on the back. So I just need to peel that off now and position them onto my fabric. This is a simple little one, this one, the little pair of snips. I do own some snips that look a whole lot like this somewhere. So I'm just going to position those. So just keep an eye on how it's sitting on the block itself. So this is just a small block. It could be used on a bag, it could be used in a quilt, it could be used on a little pouch for some snips maybe. Who knows? So I think that's looking pretty good. And then I've got 2 little handles on it. So we just want to position those over the top there. So I'm just doing fused applique. As you can see, I'm fusing these on. This fusible web that I'm using is a little bit adhesive, so it sticks, but it does need ironing on, and it does also need stitching. It's not permanent until it's stitched, although it's close to permanent when it's ironed if you're trying to remove it, I've noticed, but it needs stitching. So I've got that all ready to be ironed now, so I'm just going to iron those in place. And I'm going to be free motion stitching around my applique. So I need some sort of stabilizer when I'm free motioning, so I'm using a cotton batting. So I'll place that behind. So I've got my sewing machine all set up ready. I've dropped the feed teeth. I've got a little open toe free motion foot on, and I've just got a sort of a medium dark grey, which I'll do all the applique stitching in because I quite like the fact that it gives it a little bit of an outline. I'm not keen to be changing the colour all the time, but I like the outline that it gives as much as anything. So I'm just going to start going around. So I'm going to be doing basically a free motion straight stitch just on the applique but close to the edge around all the raw edges. So I'm just going to start here, and when you start and stop you can just do a couple of stitches on top of each other, and that locks the thread, and then you can start moving the fabric around. Just taking it slowly because I just want to stay fairly close to that edge. You can go in any direction when you free motion. I'm just going to snip that thread off so that it doesn't get in my way. And you can turn your work because it's only small. Even though it's free motion, it doesn't mean you can't turn it for this sort of work. And I'm just going to come onto this little handle here. Now I'm not going to go all the way around the handle just now because I want to go around the snips, so I'm just going to come onto the snips again. And the same thing onto the handle and around, or along I should say really. Same thing, I'm going to just stay doing the snips at the moment. Because if we go all the way around like this, we can come back and go all the way around the other side and finish off the handle at the same time as well. So now I can come around this outside of the handle. So these little appliques are fun to do, they don't take long. There's lots of uses for little appliques like this. You don't have to do free motion stitching if you would rather do some other stitching. I like the free motion, but there's lots of other ways of doing the applique. You could do a little blanket stitch. You could do a straight stitch without the free motion. If you didn't want to do free motion, you could do a little zigzag stitch. Lots of different ways. And here we are back at the beginning. So that didn't take so long at all. Finished the whole applique. So we'll give it a little press. And we'll put it up on the wall here. So we're going to put so we've got the 20 to go, so we'll be going along in rows. So we'll just pop it up here so that it's ready for when its friend comes along underneath it. So that's our little snips. So that was applique in the sewing room number 1, all done. So I will see you again with sewing room applique number 2.